Hello, welcome to your learning channel. Today in this business lesson we are going to learn ways of working. In this lesson number 2, ways of working. Here we have topic working hours. I am an office worker. Here you can see collocation office worker. I am an office worker in an insurance company. It's a 9 to 5 job with regular working hours. I need my swipe card to get into the office. The work isn't very interesting, but I like to be able to go home at a reasonable time. Here you have another paragraph. I am in computer programming. There is a system of flexi time in my company, which means we can work when we want within certain limits. We can start at any time till 11 and finish as early as 3, as long as we do enough hours each month. It's ideal for me as I have 2 young children. Here's situation number 3. I work in a car plant. I work in shifts and I have to clock on and clock off at the beginning and end of every shift. I may be on the day shift one week and the night shift the next week. It's difficult changing from one shift to another. When I change shifts, I have problems changing to a new routine for sleeping and eating. When the company is selling lots of cars, they ask us to work overtime more hours than usual for more money. Here you have another. I am a commercial artist in an advertising agency. Unlike most other people in my department who commute to work every day, I work from home and avoid the long journeys that some commuters experience every day. That's the benefit of teleworking or telecommuting. Working from home and using the computer and phone to communicate with other people, that's called teleworking or telecommuting. If your work is nice, you can say the work is interesting and gives you positive feelings. You could say satisfying, stimulating, fascinating, exciting. The work is interesting and gives you positive feelings. When the work is not interesting, you can say dull, boring, uninteresting, unstimulating. Repetitive routine. The work involves doing the same things again and again. Tiring, tough, hard, demanding. The work is difficult and makes you tired. So then you can say tiring, tough, hard, demanding. The work involves doing the same things again and again. That is repetitive and routine. The work is not interesting. You can say dull, boring, uninteresting, unstimulating. When the work is interesting and gives you positive feelings, you can say satisfying, stimulating, fascinating, exciting. Here you have other collocation. My work involves human contact, long hours, teamwork. You could also say I like working with figures. I dislike dealing with customers. I prefer solving problems. I enjoy solving problems. Here you can have these collocations and common business English vocabulary. I have read all the possible situations. Okay, now I'm going to solve and do parts of exercise here. Now here we have, look at the 6 expressions AF. Here you have A, B, C, D, E, F. From A opposite, which person 1-6 is most likely to do each of the things described here. Now here you have like 1. A designer in a website design company has to be in the office but can decide when she wants to start and finish work each day. So, which option would you like to select here? Let me decide for you here. Work under a flexi time system. B. You could write here B. Okay, this is correct. Now here you have another one. A manager in a department store in a large city lives in the country. 2. Commute to work. Here you have commute to work. D. So you have to write here D. A manager in a department store in a large city lives in the country, so he has to commute to work. Number 3. A construction worker on a building site where work goes on 24 hours a day. Number 3. A. Work in shifts. Work in shifts here. A. Option A. A construction worker on a building site where work goes on 24 hours a day. Here you have now number 4. A worker in a chocolate factory in the 3 months before Christmas. That is for F. Work overtime. This is work overtime. You could write here F. Number 5. A technical writer for a computer. So this is telecommute C. C, right here C. 5C. Like 6. An office worker in a large traditional manufacturing company. 6. Clock in and clock out at the same time every day. 6E. Okay, E. We have done this part of exercise. Now let's take it down here. See other exercises. Now here we have 2.2. Look at the words and expressions in B and C. Opposite 5 people describe their jobs. Match the jobs. 1-5 with the descriptions A, E, and put the words in brackets into the correct grammatical forms. Here you have obviously my work involves here traveling a lot. It can be quite physically demanding. But I enjoy dealing with customers except when they become tired and anxious about arriving. This doesn't happen often, but it can be very frustrating for us and the other passengers. So this is flight attendant. Okay, here we have A. A means 3. 3 flight attendant. Here you'll have to write here number 3. This 3 flight attendant. This describes flight attendant number 3. I love my job. It's stimulating and not at all repetitive. No 2 days are the same. The children are fine. You see them learn and develop. The parents can be more of a problem. Here you have number 5 option teacher 5. Here you have now I was good at maths at school and I like working with figures, but my job is much less boring and routine than people think. The work involves, here you have boring, routine than people think. The work involves, here involves a lot of human contact and teamwork, working with other managers. So this is about, here we have sentences above C, part C. 1. Accountant. 1. Accountant. Here you have to write 1. This describes accountant. You got to think in a very logical way. There is a lot of teamwork between the developers. The work can be mentally tiring. But it's very satisfying to write a program that works. This is software developer number 4. Here, of course, it involves getting up quite early in the morning, but I like to be. Okay, I like to be or being. I like to be or I like being out in the open air and you get a lot of exercise. I walk 2 or 3 miles every day. This is the last one, number 2, postwoman number 2. Okay, so you have done